That's right, baby. We're back. Welcome back to the channel, guys. That's right, it is the old monthly Steam Deck review. Honestly, with what I've been playing lately, I figured it was only appropriate that the next deck review featured Gears of War Reloaded, baby. Guys, oh man, I just put a video out, just kind of glazing gears with the Xbox One footage, or the Xbox Series X footage. But of course, the PC version is available through Game Pass, or if you had Ultimate Edition and everything like that. So it was like, all right, golden opportunity to just go ahead and bust out a bunch of the PC specs, if you will, performance overall, just kind of crank everything on the PC to the nines and experience some of the pretty awesome battles. But it also, as you no doubt are aware and coming into this video for, gave me an opportunity to kind of test things out on the Steam Deck and see how the game's running. Now, there are a couple things I do want to go into. I've mentioned before, with 360 era video games running really well on the deck, whether they be remastered or not, they just seem to run incredibly well. And thank goodness Gears does too. The only thing that I would really point out is that every time I launch it, it takes a little while to launch. So that might just be, hey, my Steam Deck hard drive's pretty full, been doing a lot of deck reviews, been playing stuff pretty much non-stop on the platform. So, you know, it could be over on my side. I just wanted to, as always, try to be as transparent as possible when it comes to talking about the deck. So as you're seeing overhead right now, this is just straight PC game footage. I wanted to have some of those max settings clips in here, but in large part it's just to really showcase Gears of War in general. You've seen me do this on other videos where I'll show maybe gameplay footage running on the PlayStation 5 versus the PC. The reason that I'm doing this as well is because, like everything else I've tested so far, guys, Gears of War Reloaded is an awesome stream from game. So if you're having trouble settings wise on the Steam Deck and you just want to let the rig do all the work, you know how it goes. If you just want to do that, that is totally viable. You're seeing it firsthand, remote play going on. But now what I'm going to do actually is go into a battle sequence. That's what our deck stats are going to be. So let's go ahead and switch on over to those now. Now, this is chapter 4, of course, Campus Grinder. This is a pretty solid area because you got a couple boomers, you got some grenadiers, so we'll have grenades getting thrown at us, Theron guards, all kinds of stuff. And I thought, honestly, this would just be probably one of the better areas to showcase kind of what this game's got under its belt on the Steam Deck. A few things right out of the gate I noticed. Within default settings, I was it goes to FSR 3, and I don't know if you guys have really had this experience through testing on deck and such, but my god, FSR 3 applies such a gloss. It's a lot of people have said, like, some of these upscale techniques and stuff like that, or aliasing methods, will just apply like Vaseline to your game. Dude, the FSR 3 on Gears Reloaded does exactly that. It is a blurry freaking mess. So what I did is I didn't want to go no aliasing. I wanted to have something there. So I did FXAA, and it seems to be nice and sharp. I kept all of the settings. Everything else that kind of comes with it on default. So it's kind of just running medium, not fully capping the Steam Deck as far as like RAM and everything. But what I found a lot, there was a little bit of clipping as you saw There was a point where I was going after that sniper and it clipped really quick. But other than that, in general, the game is kicking that 50 to 60. And you guys know, like, Steam Deck wise, I am much more in the performance camp over the fidelity camp. So if we're able to use this aliasing technique, keep things on medium and be at that 40 to 60, and in large part it's more like 50 to 60, and this is open combat. This is sliding around with a Nasher, like mowing through dudes. This is explosions going on. Like I'm actually really impressed that it's like what test I did kind of put it to to the test. It put it to the limit. Like when you have a fast-paced game like Gears of War, you want the frame rate. That's why a lot of people were excited about the campaign being locked 60, or on PC being able to kick 120. Like, this is a very, very fast-paced game in a very, very fast-paced game series. Gears of War 2 was probably the slowest one, and even then, it could get pretty wily. So, like, performance is the name of the game here. Now, one thing I did notice after I had recorded the deck footage is that it was pulling an update. I don't know if it was a transfer from local server, so it might have just been save data, but it was pulling stuff for Resident Evil 4 Remake. So there's a chance that that could have subtly impacted performance while I was playing, getting that deck footage. But in large part, guys, it's really not too bad. I mean, it maintained a steady frame rate. I've had a lot of games where they've been bouncing all over the place and you really got to dial stuff in. This really just kind of came in, set a good baseline, and then all I tweaked was the aliasing. So Gears of War, guys, definitely playable on the Steam Deck. Of course, as I mentioned before, not just performance-wise form factor on the deck and we could just have it in our pocket, but if you're feeling like making your rig do the legwork for you, do it, and crank those settings all the way up. Get some killing done, max that frame rate, and then hit the remote play button and get wily, gang. It's really cool. Guys, I came up during the 360 era, man. This was like Gears of War was a game that got me over onto Xbox and achievement hunting and stuff like that. So it's really cool to have it on a small form factor. I am very curious if Gears Reloaded at some point makes its way to the Switch. I'm sure it performs well on Noisy's ROG Ally. I just haven't tested it. But on the deck, on the best console I've ever owned, Gears of War runs really good, guys. So if you've had the same experience, or if you haven't, please let me know, guys. I'm very curious, because I was able to get it dialed in pretty solid, didn't have to mess with anything, and I'm off to the races getting my gears on. So if you noticed any performance issues or hiccups, or if you decided to go lower, go higher, what's the perfect fit, if you will, for Gears of War? Did you remove the FSR3 like me, or did it actually help with some frames and everything overall in your gameplay experience? I always want to hear from you guys, so let me know. Sound off in the comments about your deck experience with Gears of War. Did you buy the game? Are you doing, like, are you trying to sideload the Xbox app for like Game Pass remote play? How are we doing it, guys? And what do you think of the recent Gears of War Reloaded? Because, man, I think it's pretty awesome. I've played it on a few different platforms now, and I'm all about it. So continue to tune in, and until next time, guys, have a good one.
A trophy